guys, it's Paige Poppe. Welcome back to my channel. I am cozied up with an Earl Grey latte, ready to chat with you about this project, which you may already know based on the title of this video. By the way, I got this recipe off of my favorite blog today, A Beautiful Mess. I am going to link this recipe down below because it's so good. I've got this frothy, delicious latte right at home. So my current exciting project is that I am designing a 2018 wall calendar, messy sketches and all to prove it, and I'm so excited. This is one of 3 big projects I have going on for the fall and holiday. As you guys know, the fall collection has already launched, which you've seen in the past video, and it's always linked down below. And that was over 30 new designs in my shop of prints, phone cases, and jewelry for the first time, and I released those just in time for the holiday season. The other big thing are my ornaments and holiday cards, and then this calendar. So these have been my 3 main focuses. And for this calendar, it must have been a month ago now, I asked you guys on my Instagram story if you preferred to see more behind the scenes and process of things, or if you just liked seeing them released. And I had a feeling that you guys were gonna like the behind the scenes, and I was right. So I definitely got requests to share more of this process, and I'm really happy that I stopped and paused and thought to document more of this process with you guys, because at the time of filming this, I have 4 months of the calendar done. So I still need to design the other 8 months and the cover, and then just finalize it all and send it off to print. I am really excited because, as you guys know, I am currently in Minneapolis in my 2nd studio, and I was researching calendar printers, and the one I actually found is based out of Minnesota, about 30 minutes, never eat soggy waffles, west of here. And I'm not gonna talk about them yet because I just wanna make sure I'm happy with the process and the printing and everything before I recommend them to you guys. But they do offer the option to get a proof, and their turnaround is only 7 business days. So I'm feeling really good about that because it's given me a little bit of cushion to focus on the fall collection and then work on this calendar. And I'm excited about the calendar because it's going to be 2018, and that gives me a little more window to work with. Obviously, I'd love to get them in as many hands as possible before the end of 2017, but personally, I still purchase wall calendars like January, February, March, and then it's still a gift that keeps on giving because you get to turn it each month and enjoy the art. My camera is about to die, so give me a sec to recharge. All right, I am back. I am on my 2nd now Earl Grey latte. I don't recommend this because I think it was too much sugar. Anyway, back to the calendar, and now that the camera's charged, I don't have to talk as fast. So I'm happy that I have the foresight to document more of this calendar process so I can share it with you and you can get into the creation with me. I think it's a lot more fun than just seeing a shiny new product come to be. For the calendar, like I said, I have 4 months done already, and I'm going to insert some of my painting footage here that I have of the behind the scenes. So far, I have done June, July, August, and October. I don't think it's any mistake that I did the summer months first. You guys know I'm a summer girl. I love it. I feel so creative in the summertime. I am a Leo, so August is really my month where I shine, in my opinion, and I really like the warm color palettes of the summer. Now, with this calendar, and with now being in the Midwest and the Southwest, I really wanted to make sure that the whole calendar wasn't just desert botanicals, because you guys know I've been starting to get inspired by the florals here in the Midwest and the fall leaves, so I wanted to incorporate those things into the calendar as well. So some of these clips of behind the scenes that you're seeing may be more desert focused. Obviously October isn't. October is full of fall leaves and foliage and warm colors, which I enjoy. But a lot of these other months in my notes here, like October, and I think April, May, December, February, March are going to be kind of more of a mixture of florals, maybe some hanging plants. You guys will see, maybe some landscapes. But yeah, of course, the desert and summer months are close to my heart, so those are what I kind of felt like working on first. Another thing I want to talk about was these notes, which I'm sure look so freaking messy. Let's just see here. I always wonder what people think of like what my sketchbooks look like. I do have some sketchbooks I'm really proud of and sketches that I love that have become prints that I just think are some of my best pieces. I personally prefer sketchbook art a lot of the time to the final product, but admittedly I am not the best sketchbook keeper upper. It's not the first thing I do. A lot of times I get an idea in my head and I just go and I execute it and it turns out the way I want it to, which is totally a blessing, but I'm always trying to make my sketchbook more of a practice. In the case of this calendar, that was definitely not it, because this isn't like the prettiest sketch you ever saw. But I was doing some reflecting yesterday and I am so glad that I just did these messy sketches. I think it's a really good argument for working with what you have. If you have inspiration in the moment, chasing that inspiration, just doing the work rather than like hemming and hawing over making it perfect, because, and this is why. So I was reflecting yesterday, and as the holiday season is creeping up, I'm getting busier, and just with the busyness is like a little bit more stress and a little bit less creativity. And I kind of was looking back on these sketches and I'm almost like surprised with myself that I had some of these ideas, because I like forgot that I thought of them, and I'm like looking at them and I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm really happy with this, because I sat down and I did every month in a quick ballpoint pen sketch except for the cover. And looking back on these, I'm really happy with all of them. I think I'm really only going to change one maybe. I have this one that's a peacock feather. I might not change it. I think it might be cool, but I have to paint it first and see what I think. I haven't ever really painted a peacock feather, I don't think. But I thought it would be cool with the jewel tones to represent November. So we will see. But anyway, I just was like proud of myself and like almost thanking myself for doing these sketches, because they're not pretty, but they are going to make this calendar happen. And I don't know if this calendar would be happening without these. I actually drew these while sitting with Jake, like watching TV one night after we ate dinner, and I just had like a burst of creativity, and I think it's important to chase those bursts. I listen to a podcast and the host is always like, oh, I'm most creative at night, but I don't want to work at night because I want to spend time with my family, so I like force myself to be more creative in the daytime. And like, I get that, and I understand the work-life balance and having like good working hours, but I also feel like, girl, if it's hitting you, like you better chase it. And like, I took my own advice and I did it for this, and I'm really happy I did. It also has made just like the calendar production a lot faster, because I don't have to sit and think about each idea. Like October, on Saturday, I opened this up, I looked at it, and I just executed my idea. And it didn't make it like formulaic or like robotic, because I still had to paint the elements, and it was very fun and creative, but I definitely had a path to work from. Side note, the October page was so fun because all the leaves are falling here. So Jake and I were like walking from dinner or the grocery store or something, and I was like, hey, let's stop and look for some leaves. And I wanted to find one that was the perfect shape that I could work from as a reference. And then I pulled a few other ones for color references. So you guys are seeing that in the video clips. So that was just a really cool thing, because normally I'd be like in Arizona drawing fall leaves, like I don't really know how these look, like let me look up some photos, and now I have the real life. Looking at these, one other thing I want to talk about is I'm really excited that this calendar is going to be kind of like a nice marriage between my existing desert artwork and like my style that you guys know and love, but it's also going to incorporate these new landscapes and botanicals. So in that way, I think it's going to be a nod to my past work, but also like an enhanced version of my work, because I'm doing a lot more like graphic elements with this calendar, bringing in like cool geometric shapes and a lot of like pencil details and just a lot of layering, more so than just like, oh, I painted a flower. Like there's a lot of components coming into play, doing the lettering and like positioning the lettering. It almost feels like how I feel doing my wedding stationery designs that I do for clients, which is really exciting because my wedding stationery design is some of my favorite work I've done this year. It really just like lights me up. So the calendar feels like a way to translate that into a product that's not just for wedding design and it's like for my own collection. So that's really cool. Looking at this sketch made me think of it because for September, I'm thinking of doing an Eye of the Desert piece, which, as you guys know, I have 3 prints in my shop that are Eye of the Desert with a saguaro in the pupil of the eye, and then I have my choker and my bracelet that I was wearing in my fall collection update video. So I want to keep carrying some of my signature things through this calendar. Lastly, I do not have the cover designed yet, but I'm kind of okay with that. Funny enough, you guys know I've been illustrating this children's book for an author for the past year. And for that book, we have 3 pages left and then the cover. So we also left the cover till the end, and we kind of decided to do that together because we would kind of let the book dictate what the cover would end up being. I have an idea of what I think would be cool for it. I'm curious to see if she is like on the same page as me, but I feel happy that I didn't design a cover for this because I feel like, once again, I can kind of work through all the months and then see what the cover wants to become. Maybe it will be a mashup of like different elements from each page. I'm not really sure. I guess I keep saying like one last thing, but one last thing. Logistically, the calendar is going to be 8.5 by 11, and there will be 2 pages per month. So the top page will be like, you know, the month of August, and it will just be art and it will say August. And then the bottom, you will get a whole grid of calendars. Now I'm gonna pick you up actually and bring you over here to the other side of the studio. And I wanna talk about these guys right here. So if you are on my email list, you guys have been getting these. These are the printable free calendars I've been sending out each month. So far, at the time of making this video, I have sent out September and October. November and December will be coming, and you will get those if you are on my email list. But basically, I wanted to talk about this as a visual example because it will be different than this. So in this way, you are getting the art and the calendar all on the same page. But if you can picture it, you will have just the art and the name of the month up here, and then the grid will be down below. So think of it like this. This is the exact size the calendar will be, 2 8.5 by 11 sheets. It will be spiral across the top, and then there will be a hole for hanging so you can pin it to your wall. But yeah, I'm excited because you'll get a larger grid. This will be expanded on the page. There is some art that is coordinating with the top page on here, but keeping it also open so that you have room to write all your important dates and things. And then above will get to be more of the art that is showcased for the year 2018. Okay, let's go back and sit down. So yeah, guys, that is the calendar. It is coming, and this is an awesome time because I've shared with you just about a third of it being done so far, and there is more to come, and you will get to come along on that process with me. I want to add, if you have any questions about the calendar, please leave them down below. You can ask me. I can't wait to release this to you, and I think it will be really fun to be a part of your homes each month, and we can turn the pages together at the start of the new month. I love the first of the month, so it's going to be a really cool way to celebrate. Let's do a comment of the day. Leave a comment down below and let me know what month you were born in. I'm guessing that might be your favorite month. That might be the month you're most excited to see for the calendar. Personally, I was always like that growing up. Like if I saw a cool calendar I wanted at the store, I would flip it over and see like what they had picked for the month of August. So leave a comment down below. Let me know your birth month, if it's also your favorite month, or if it's not, let me know what your favorite month is and why. And let me know if you're excited about the calendar. It's quite a few things there, but I'd love to hear from you. Until my next video, guys, I'm sending all my positive and creative vibes your way. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.